Hey, what's up YouTube? I just want to do a quick ROM review of a ROM for the HTC Thunderbolt on Verizon Wireless. This is a gingerbread ROM, and it's also an AOSP ROM. So it's very, very light. When you download it, you'll notice it's like 66 megabytes. It's called the Liquid Thunderbread version 2.2, and all the links will be below in the description. You can find this over on XDA Developers. So anyways, let's kind of jump into it. So basically, I've got Launcher Pro running on here right now, and as you can see, I mean, this thing really, there's no lag at all. I mean, it's running fantastic. Just kind of an outline of what's working, what's not working. Everything is pretty much working on this ROM. I have pretty good call audio, no major issues there, which has been kind of a problem with AOSP. GPS is working fine, Wi-Fi is working fine. I can't really speak for a couple of things. That's Bluetooth, because I don't use it, and the 4G. Now, from what I understand, 4G is working fine, but right now I'm not in the 4G area, so I can't show you. I haven't been in a 4G area since I flashed this, so I'm not really sure, but from my understanding, it's working without any issues. But honestly, just the overall speed and battery life on this have been fantastic. So a couple things are themed in this right off the bat, so I'll kind of show you those. One of them being the dialer and the contacts and stuff like that. And as you can see, it's semi-transparent, which I think is pretty cool. Looks good. And you can see, like the dialer itself is semi-transparent. You can see the background there. It's nice. It's nice little touch to it. It's just like, you know, your AOSP stock dialer. The other thing, let's see, the Gmail application is themed. It's nice. It's like a black and gray theme to it. I think it looks really nice. Kind of pops. Up here in the taskbar, the 3G, it's a little bit different. I mean, I'm sorry, in the notification bar, and you get the battery, and you can do the little vertical percentage on it. And I'll show you in settings where you can change all this stuff, which is really cool. But we do a little pull down here, and we've got our toggles going across the top. We've got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and your profiles, so you can change all those. And again, this is semi-transparent. It's kind of like a really light gray, and it's see-through. It's nice. It's really well done. One of the big things with this ROM is, you know, not only is everything working and working really well on it, is the settings and liquid settings. Now, this is similar to what you'd see with CyanogenMod, where you know, you can go in there and it's just like all these different tweaks and everything you can do. And I'm not going to go into all of them, but there's a lot that you can do. So let's just kind of do a quick little overview. So, you know, like certain things, like you can change out the lock screen, you can change the style of the lock screen. So if you want to go from a slider to rotary to lens to sense, you can do that, which is cool. You can change the way that you answer your phone. You know, you can change it so that you can use the slider or the rotary or sense to do that as well. And you can also get into a couple, you can actually have an application on there that you can start up. You can set up gestures too, that you can use on the lock screen. Like if you wanted to use one to just kind of fire up your camera or something like that, you can do that, which is really nice. We've got these little goodies right here, which is like there's boot animations, you can switch between fonts, and you can switch between stock and themed apps, which is really cool too. So it gives you a little more customization, which is nice to see this, because MIUI, it seems like, has been the ROM that's had, you know, right out of the box, kind of like, you know, you can kind of tweak around with a lot of different things once you start downloading themes. It's nice to see that you can bounce around within this theme. You can also let's see, we can get into like the general. This is, you know, screen off, screen on, animation, stuff like that. Just some real generals, but really anything you want to mess around with here, you can mess around with. Actually, I'll go back into the general and I'll show you that you can actually. I'm sorry, it's not the general. I believe it's the interface where you can get into the status bar, and you can, you know, disable the clock if you don't want the clock. So let's say we don't want the clock, clock's gone. And this is nice too, because you don't have to restart it after you kill something or you change something in the status bar. You don't have to restart it, which is nice. And there's a whole bunch of different settings in there that you can get around with. You get your over scrolling effect and stuff like that, how you want things to look. Like right now you get that little kind of like orangish. You can change that as well. Overclocking, you can, like right now I have my governor set at smartass. I have it overclocked to 1.4 gigahertz, which for me on this phone I've had no issues and everything seems to run really smooth. So that's worked out really well. And you go into tweaks and you can change like the speed of your animations. You can make them fast, you can make them slow. A lot of stuff that you would see like on spare parts is built right into this ROM, which is just, it's amazing. It's all in here with this thing being as light as it is at 66 megabytes. One of the other things too that's really cool is the camera application. So this is, a stock AOSP camera, but if you go into, I think it's right here, and advanced options, you can actually change if you look right there, volume up, volume down, search button, that changes what takes the picture. So as opposed to hitting this little round button, you can just hit the volume up button, how I have it set, and there we go. We've taken a picture, which is nice because it's really nice to be able to just kind of hold this like a normal camera and take a picture. The other thing is the video is working on this. No issues there. We'll stop that and open it back up and we'll play it. And it seems like the sound's good and everything. I haven't played around with it a whole lot, but it seems like everything's working okay with that. So I thought that was really cool. That's a nice feature to have built into that camera, to be able to just change that so that you can use the volume or you can use the search button, whatever is most comfortable for you. But I just think it's easier than hitting the screen. That's just my personal preference. And this ROM is so light and it comes with so little that it's nice if you just want to kind of build things from the ground up. And you can just kind of install all the apps that you really use on a daily basis. And like I said before, everything is working. The GPS is locking right on. I think there is a fix out right now. I think I saw that in the thread. But if you do have an issue after flashing this with the GPS, one thing you can do is actually, if you've been on another Gingerbread Sense ROM, and you had no issues with locking your GPS on one of those ROMs, locking your GPS on that ROM, make an Android backup of that ROM. So you've got that sitting in your and you should always back up before you flash a new ROM. Then once you flash this ROM, you can go ahead and you can set it up any way you want, like you normally would. Then make a backup of it. Now, if for some reason you're having a hard time locking in GPS, go boot into recovery, wipe everything, and then restore that Sense ROM, the Gingerbread Sense ROM that you had GPS working on. Start it up, use navigation or something, get a lock on, reboot again, wipe everything, and restore. And after that, I mean, that's what I had to do. And after that, my GPS has worked perfectly fine. It locks right on. Again, the battery life has been really good on this. The only issues I've had so far, for some reason I've had this on all AOSP ROMs, is like if I use something like Beautiful Widgets like I am up here, I have to manually set my weather location. For some reason it thinks like I'm in London or in Paris or something like that. I don't really know what's going on with that, but I've had that issue before, so this is not specific to this ROM. The other thing too is if I miss a call and I end up with like a voicemail, this thing will continuously ding over and over again with whatever notification sound I have telling me that I have a voicemail. And I mean, that's a good feature in a sense because you'll know that you missed the call, but if your phone's just kind of sitting there all night or something like that, it might kill your battery. So I don't know if that's a bug or if that's something that they've now built into the ROM, which is a great feature actually because it's nice to get that. Sometimes you don't realize that you missed a call, especially if you don't get a voicemail for a while, so it's nice to kind of have that constant reminder. But like I said, other than that, Everything is running great. We've got the DSP manager in here too, which I've seen this in other ROMs before, but it's cool. You can kind of mess around with the sound and stuff like that. And I haven't really messed around with that too much, but I know there's some good settings that you can do in there. Just trying to see if there's anything else major. I'm sure I'm missing some things, but like I said, it's a really fast, really stable ROM. I've really had no issues so far, and if you're looking for an AOSP ROM, it's one you should definitely check out. So anyways, hope you liked the video, and leave a comment below. Thanks.